Hi, my name is Alex Tran, and this is the Plenty of Paw application demo. I'm going to show you how to install the application locally first, and then I'm going to show you how the application works, and I'm going to comment on what I can do to improve the application in the future. So let's get started. For this to work, you will need to have a Mac, obviously, because Xcode only runs on Mac OS. And you will need to have Table Plus or any database management tool. You will need to have Node.js installed on your computer, and you will need to have and PostgreSQL for the database. So let's get started. I'm going to hop over to my GitHub repo here and clone the backend. Again, the link for this is going to be in the description below. So I'm going to download it and put it out here. And then next, I'm going to download my Swift UI application. And to do that, I'm going to open up Xcode. Ooh, my face is freezing in it. Xcode. Let's do video. So wait, Xcode, and then right now I already have it installed, but I'm going to remove my application and then show you how to do it from scratch here. Clone the repository. I'm going to clone it. Oh dear, what is going on? Did I use SSH or did I use HTTP? There we go. I don't think that's the right one. I think it's this one right here, because that one is a little bit more outdated. We're going to clone it from here. Clone it, replace, and there we go. So right now, if I run the application, it would not work because inside of our view model, we are pulling all of the data from our localhost backend server, and our backend server is not up and running yet. So what we have to do now is we're going to set up the backend for this to work. So we're going to go ahead and open up the backend here, and open up your favorite text editor. For me, it's Xcode. And inside of Xcode, we need to set up a few things. We need to set up our database and our port configuration. So let's go ahead and make a new env file, paste that in there. We are running on port 9000. The node environment is going to be development, and we're not going to need to have a test database URL. But for now, we're going to set up our database inside of Postgres. So to do that, let's go ahead and open up Postgres and make a new database called database. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it Plenty of Paws, POP. Okay, so it already exists. So we're going to do a drop database POP, and we're going to make it again here, and that should show that there's a new database here. So now if you open up your favorite database management tool, for me it is Table Plus. It is the best tool ever. And I copy the URL and open it up. You can see that there is nothing inside the database. There's no table, there's no data at all. So we're going to do npm run migrate to run all the migration. Oops. Okay, let's just go ahead and open up a new server. I think there's something wrong with it. npm I. Oh yeah, you also need to do npm I to install all the dependency inside of package.json. So npm run migrate. That's going to migrate all of the schema inside of our database here. Ignore that. And we're going to do npm run seed to seed the database with our mock data. So now if we refresh the table, we should see that there are some mock data and table exist on our database. Alright, so now if we rerun the iOS application, it should show us something here. We're going to rerun it, and it should call a content model, and inside of initializer we are calling the getAllDoc method, which is going to append self.doc. So is it append all of the docs inside of self.doc, and in any second now it should work. Hopefully. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to restart the server. npm run dev. Anytime you make a change to the environment file, you have to rerun the server. So npm run dev, that's going to start the server, and we are listening on localhost 9000. So now if I restart this application, this should work. There you go. So this is what the application looked like. It's a little bit buggy at the moment because if I click on the second card, it shows the card for the first dog, which is kind of weird. But if I click on the first dog and go back to the second dog, it then off suddenly work. So there are some bug in this application. But really the goal of the application is to paint a better picture of what living with this dog will be like for whoever the adopting the dog is. So if I click on the dog, I can view the dog images and I can take a look at the videos of the dogs, being alive, and read the description and etc. etc. One of our stretch goals was to implement an in-app chat feature, but unfortunately due to time constraint, we were unable to do that. There were a lot more features that we planned to implement, but time constraint during hackathon is real. So I can scroll around, take a look at other dogs, and I spent a lot of time making sure that UI is perfect, but in the end, there's still some bug that still need to be fixed. Like this description is not centrally aligned, or it's not aligned to the left. So there definitely is some more bugs that I need to take a look at, but unfortunately due to time constraint right now I can't do that. Maybe during winter, but not now. So yeah, that's the application, and yeah, if you are not having any luck with this application working, you might want to go ahead and copy this URL and paste it inside of your browser. If it doesn't return like this giant JSON object, then you know that this is not working. And we also have a front end for this application too, but I'm not going to show you that. I didn't really do a whole lot to the front end. The only thing I did was that I helped deploy the front end to Vercel, and I helped them build this page, and I helped them build the more info about dog page, and that's pretty much it. The rest of my team did the entire UI, so I'm not going to mention that. I'm a full stack developer. I do front end, back end, and right now I'm mostly interested in getting an iOS version, and I'm mostly interested in working on your iOS app. Hopefully, yeah.